Starting out here today with some belt squats. And we're going to hit up the belt squat, and then maybe second movement, maybe third movement would be some regular squats or like a box squat or something like that. But the reason why we're starting with this today, I just love the way it kind of pulls you down. You know, a squat, a lot of times you're getting like pushed down or the weight's kind of squishing you down. In this case, you're literally getting pulled down. So I like the range of motion. I like how it opens you up and gets you warmed up for your workout. So we'll try to push it, but we're also going to try to keep a good range of motion, which just makes it really difficult to use any sort of real weight. To give you an example, I've used like 8 plates on this before, but that's kind of out wide, you know, and squatting maybe a little high too, just kind of keeping them in here. But when I do a full range and I try to like bottom the whole thing out, go all the way to the ground, bottomed out, can I get a hey now? When you go all the way full range of motion, might be hard for me to even use 3 plates.
I'm not, dude, I haven't squatted in. But I'm not going to try to squat through each side. Yeah, exactly. I see it.
Woo! Let's go, Mark.
The end of Avengers.
You go, Smelly. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's go.
Fuck balls. Wow. That was very, very close to not being able to stand back up.
That'd be another thing with that cinch grip that you get for.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how
Nice. We're going to give CJ a little dose here of some bodybuilding. So again, let's bring the stance in a little bit. And now what I'm going to have him do is just don't lock your knees out. Try to stay on your quads the whole time.
Same thing, squat.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. You just have to put it around your.
Don't lock out.
Well, you could cinch it too. You can run it through the loop.
Right back down. No pausing anywhere. Stay with it. Yep. 5 more reps that way. 1, 2.
Oh, damn.
Woo! I mean, he already did a bunch of reps already too, right? So.
Well, what's funny is I'm going to be
There you go. Woo! That's a little taste right there.
Yeah, I'm not going into bodybuilding anytime soon.
Hey, everybody turns into a bodybuilder at some point. It'll happen. Sometimes the stance going too wide can be uncomfortable on the knee because sometimes people's knees will cave in a little bit. But get them out wide and really force the knees out. You want to force your knees out and get them to be kind of even with where your ankle is. But if you're like this, sitting back into a squat more like that, that'll be a lot more comfortable than being here like this. And you can see I already rolled off my heel because I ain't got no mobility. But that's how it works. The more you jam forward, the more you'll feel it in your knees. And if you are coming forward and feeling it on your knees, then I personally think that that's something that you should work on, because you shouldn't really, your knees should be functional. They should be totally fine to go forward. It shouldn't be that big of a problem. So maybe with lighter weights, you can practice that, or you can sled drag the sled backwards. But there's a lot of other great exercises for knee pain. I've had jumper's knee, believe it or not. When I was a kid, I loved playing basketball. I know you guys like, you're full of shit. There's no way you played basketball. But I loved basketball. I wasn't very good at it, but I loved it. Played it all the time. Ended up with a lot of tendonitis in the knee. And as a pro wrestler and as a powerlifter, it always bugged me. So then I found the box squat, where you sit way back and you sit way in here, and you don't have to worry about your knees. You don't feel it. And then plus, at the time, I was wearing powerlifting gear as well. But because of the weights I was pushing, I still ran into issues, and this exercise right here helps solve it. Sometimes you might need something else for balance, something to hold on to, but called a PETERSON step up. You try to keep this other foot even or even in front of the foot that you're working. So the left foot's a little bit forward, and all I'm going to do is go like this. And if you're unstable, just hit the ground every time and really try to learn how to do the movement. And then after a minute, you can go down a little lower. But you don't need to kick the foot forward and try to do like a pistol or anything like that. You're just staying in here, and whenever you're trying to rehab an injury, you want to use strength aerobics, it's called. Strength aerobics is kind of almost just a little bit like bodybuilding, where you keep tension on the muscle the whole time, and you have a nice tempo. And you might do sets of 30, sets of 50, but that shit burns quick. Give it a try. And these are corrective exercises, so we don't need a lot of weight. Our own body weight is plenty. But you want to focus, and you want to think about, my knee hurts. I want my knee to not be in pain anymore. So I'm gonna get a lot of blood flow to the knee. You can also work on flexing the glute as you're doing these. And how hard is that? Like you're already, yeah, it's
Get
not
a good little pump, but it's not too killer on the knee.
Yeah, it's not intense, you know, but do 4 sets of 30 reps or something like that. Maybe just do 100 reps total, maybe a couple times a week. That's what I did. It helped me a lot. And anytime my knee starts to hurt again, I find myself doing those again.
Next to our mask on the platform, just put ammonia in there. Just tape it to the mask.
Making it smelly sauce. Wow. You tuck it to a mask. Yeah. Squeeze it and it goes up.
You would have made your deadlift.
Actually lift with a mask on.
Yeah. Yeah, they allow you to do that to meet now.
Let's go, Mark.
Kind of pointless. I mean, you're touching the bar that other people are touching.
Hey, Bor, can you switch that? To which one? One? Just whatever.
Don't use any of that logic. That once you use logic, order with the mask on. Good. Take it off while you order. Everyone's gonna be close. But if you walk and sit down, you drink coffee and take it off. Science.
Whew, one more switch.
Yep.
Maybe pull a plate off there too. My dogs are really barking.
Come on, Smelly, you got it. There you go.
Holy fuck.
Your legs look insane. It's crazy.
Oh. And then he flexes, and when he flexes, his muscles go crazy. And then it says, and for the ladies, and a bunch of hair pops out of his arm.
Come on, CJ.
And all the ladies are like, woo! Nice work. Yes, sir.
Can I switch it?
You got a rack.
Oh, you got
got a
rack.
rack.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's going to count as a rep.
Yeah. More switch.
Yep.
You're in.
There you go, CJ.
There you go. That was savage.
You should get him coming out of there. I'll help him. I'll help him. We gotta watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch the struggle.
Toughest thing in the gym is, you know, not lifting heavy, getting in shape. All those things are pretty easy. Pulling back, letting it loose, like letting yourself go a bit. All those things I find to be the hardest. So keeping this weight modest, just because that's what I have to do, is tough. It's annoying, but it's part of the game. I'm here every day, training hard. So consistency will build the house that I'm looking for. It will build what I need, what I'm looking for. It's gonna take a long time. So you keep chipping away. So instead of going heavy on this, I'm doing leg extensions in between. I'm just hitting the plate, trying to get good range of motion, trying to have it feel good. Here you go, bud. You're locked in.
There you go.
You're good. You're in there.
These actually feel really good compared to, you know, regular powerlifting briefs. They go a lot higher, so I feel like I'm wearing a belt. So when I put on another belt, it's gonna feel even better. You can already start bracing while you have these on.
Do you train a lot with your single ply suit?
Yeah, absolutely. I do a lot of my training. I'll go raw for a while, up to a certain amount of weight, and then I'll throw on briefs or my single ply suit. But these feel really good. The briefs that I currently use are pretty stiff and can be pretty rough on the legs. But these slide right up. The neoprene just feels really good, keeps the hips nice and warm. Anytime you can load up or overload the weights that you typically work with, like if you typically squat 495 but you can overload with 545, then you know that's a win for you. You're increasing that neural adaptation to those higher weights.
Here we go now. Good, sit tight, doing good. Come on now. Yep. Good. Good, you're in. Good work. Easy set. Nice. Good, you're in. Smooth.
Some good cushion on there.
Yeah. Lock it in. Easy, yep. Good, you're in.
That was way too easy.
Smooth. That looked better than the last one. Come on. More. Come on.
Come on, CJ.
Come on now, here we go. Tighten up, here we go. Lock her in. Smooth. Nice, good, you're in. 620 heavy ass pounds. 620 heavy ass pounds. Lightweight, baby.
Come on. Yeah.
Come on, CJ. Come on now. You know you can do this. Let's see it now. Come on, you know how to squat. Let's go. Come on, CJ. Doing it all day. Let's go now. Come on. Lock her in. Here we go. Tight, 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 tight. Drive it, drive it, drive it, drive it. There you go. Nice, you're in. Kind of overcorrected a little bit. You got so strict that you weren't able to use your back there for a second. That was kind of interesting. Probably the fatigue.
I went to grab them and they just went right up, like because it looked like you were like stopped for a second.
I felt like stuck for a second.
Yeah.
And then started moving.
It looked like he tried to really kind of posture up there for a second, which is a great move because it takes a lot of the weight out of your lower back. But then it also looked like he was like, hey, like you got a lower back, you might as well use it. So he shifted the weight into his lower back a little bit, and then he was able to pop the weight up. But it was all courtesy of the SlingShot Briefs doing all the work. So that is no rep. It does not count. You're disqualified.
I think I squatted like 225 and the rest was in the briefs.
The rest was in the briefs.
Like maybe like 200 in the briefs, 100 in the belt.
Did you poop yourself at all? Well, I guess we won't know until you take the briefs off.
Yeah. Is someone else using these briefs?
Well, version...
You can just take them, will you?
Yeah, just hold on to those. Version 2 has a door. It has a little poop
That's
door.
actually really smart. That saved me a lot of time.
Version 2. Tom's working on it.
Nice, Tom. There you go.
Check pack, poop door.
Nice.
Good job,
yeah,
man. That was awesome.
I appreciate it.
So that was a 5-pound PR.
Thanks. Yep.
There we go.
A 5-pound PR.
Got it in the books.
Didn't even have my knees wrapped. The naked knees.
And we did the belt squat, and we did a bunch of leg presses. Made him do a bunch of stupid random stuff that he's not used to, and we still got it done.